form. How do you overcome this one? And there we've got handshakes. It's time to go. Maxime Vachier Lagrave starts with the king's pawn.
Guys, MVL is in great form because yesterday I played a match against him and he defeated me.
Wow, that's a great warm-up. A great warm-up for MVL to face Vishy straight after a win against Same. And there we have an advanced variation of the Caro. This is fight on.
Plays the pawn sacrifice line.
He pushes the pawn twice in the opening, Sagar, and that's something known as taking on fire.
Exactly. I mean, Vishy Anand generally likes to play very sound openings, but here he's playing aggressive stuff, giving up a pawn in the opening. Now he's captured it back, but what MVL essentially saying, I have a very strong pawn in the center.
Yeah, I mean, is it a long-term issue because the knight will later on come on f6 just like we saw in the game between Magnus and Levon?
You mean the knight on the queen side will come forward and start putting pressure on that central pawn that you're talking about? Sagar, with Vishy's last move, he's managed to not only recapture the pawn but also develop the bishop. This is a big board for these two players. It was very interesting to see how Vedika is here to support Vidit. A big day for Vidit as well. It just shows that the teams are feeling the pressure, calling the family for that extra support.
I'm sure that Upgrad Mumba Masters need all the support that they can garner. But I think if we look at the leaderboard here, the Ganges Grandmasters are quite safely perched at the top of the table.
For now, and if they lose this game, then no one's safe, Sagar and Tanya, because then anything can happen on the last day.
I agree. From the viewer perspective, everyone's rooting for the Upgrad Mumba Masters. It keeps the tournament open.
Exactly, and I want a good fight. I want all teams to face equal amount of stress, for which I am completely rooting for the Mumba Masters. Guys, you also tell us who you are rooting for by using the hashtag Global Chess League. Tweet it to us, and the best tweet gets a retweet.
As always, Same's grand prize there, but right now the grand prize is to make it to the grand final. We see on the top of the leaderboard, two teams with 15 points. A lot hanging here, especially for that fifth team. Upgrad Mumba Masters with just 10 points. A match win would leapfrog them up on the leaderboard to third position. Maxime Vachier Lagrave looking at the position on the other boards.
I am actually a bit surprised that Vishy Anand is taking so much time in the opening. Clearly, he's thinking about where to get this knight out because generally it wants to come to this square, but the pawn is controlling there, and if you have to put it on the side of the board, maybe he's a bit worried that the bishop might come and just capture it.
I mean, what did he gain out of that pawn sacrifice? Maybe you guys can explain to me.
He has got it back. He has recovered the pawn back.
Vishy about 5 minutes on the clock. Maxime 4.5 minutes. We have it. Maxime has time.
Okay.
He has 4 minutes.
Yeah, he has time and his pieces also look very active. But Vishy has an extra pawn on the board.
But it's all about piece activity for Maxime, and I think that does more than compensate for that extra pawn. We see some back rank weaknesses potentially for Vishy as well.
On board number 6, can we quickly have a look there? Because what has happened on board number 6 between
now is 4-1 in the favor of Upgrad Mumba Masters.
Right, this match actually a huge turnaround on the Prodigy board because Ganges Grandmasters we thought might score there, but actually Sindarov striking just when it was needed the most, and he has scored a massive win there. But there's someone who's doing really well for the Ganges Grandmasters, and let's quickly go to board number 2 between Richard Rapport and Alexander Grimm.
And this is such a nice scene, Sagar. Look at that. The two teams who are facing each other right now are standing in the dugout, are actually analyzing together.